All right, getting into game 2 here. Nice little combo starter. Good drop down aerial, very fast. Using Lilat platforms like that is really smart. But right here, this is something that I see a lot. You'll see this a couple more times. You go for a lot of aggressive ledge traps, and like you play advantage state, like kind of just by like standing there and trying to threaten something, but you are positioning yourself for a down tilt too early. So in this situation, what I like to do is I just hold shield. If they go high, if he crack shoots here, if he power dunks, which is what he does, you can react to that by just keeping your shield down. And if he was going to do something that was down tiltable, you could wait here and he's gonna go low and he's gonna up B up, and you would have time to drop shield and down tilt. And so by positioning yourself too early, you're limiting your options. But by shielding, you're kind of just covering everything. So with Squirtle especially, I think the best way to ledge trap is just to stand at ledge and shield. And that's even when they get on ledge. Because when they're on ledge, you can hold shield and react to whatever they do by dropping shield and grabbing. And that's typically how I like to ledge trap. And that's also how I like to set up for ledge trapping as Squirtle. So by standing there with your shield up, you leave yourself open for attacks too much. You're playing like read based, which is what I like to do as Ivysaur when ledge trapping. I like to just go for reads because Ivysaur doesn't really have many options that cover everything. It doesn't have a fast grab or really fast frame data generally. But as Squirtle, your moves are fast enough that you don't really need to like force yourself onto one option. There's not really too much that happens for the rest of this game. There's a couple things I like to highlight as Ivysaur that happens a little later on. Also, just something to note is that you do like a lot of those drop down aerials, which I do too, and it's honestly still something that I'm working on. But doing drop down off platforms like run off, fair, and stuff like that as Squirtle, while it's really enticing because it's a good combo starter and you know it's pretty safe, really good players will start to just dash back on it and just hit you for it every time. And it's something that I do a lot, so I need to stop doing that as well. I need to just like sometimes you just need to drop through platform and reset to neutral instead of trying to always aggressively get off platforms. Awful DI on the forward throw. Right there, you just gave up center stage way too easily. As Charizard, having center stage is really good. He was kind of in the corner, and you were in the middle of the stage. By just standing your ground there and just doing F tilt or keeping yourself in place, really just helps you like maintain advantage state. It's like you're in advantage state when you're just playing neutral, because getting out of the corner is really hard against Charizard because of how big his moves are. So just stand your ground. Just don't dash back too far, too much, unless you're really being threatened. So starting around here, I like to see it, or I saw it a lot. It was you don't really do a lot of down tilt, and it's very tough for Ivysaur to get people off of her when someone gets into her space, because her frame data is pretty bad, and also she doesn't have many grounded tools. But what she does have is down tilt. So you ended up winning the game, but you took a lot of damage here just because you would get into your space and you wouldn't really threaten with down tilt. If you like maintained your ground instead of always doing jumping aerials, then it'd be a lot harder to play against, because when people are playing against Ivysaur, they're waiting for you to jump and then they're gonna start shielding, because they don't want to shield on the ground too much, because that opens them up for a grab, and that's the last thing that you want to happen when you're playing against Ivysaur. So by using a lot of down tilt, which is a pretty safe and really fast grounded normal, you're threatening something completely different. And usually if you watch my sets, you'll see it'll feel like I'm cheating because people just get hit by every down tilt. Because I typically just do it when people are trying to wait for an aerials. Because, I mean, that's what I do. That's what everyone would do against Ivysaur because, I mean, what the hell is Ivysaur going to do to you on the ground, realistically? But that's exactly what you're going to do, is you're going to down tilt. So just do that way more. Even when you're mixing in aerials, you can do landing backer, turn around, down tilt. You could just run up into someone's space and then dash back and then turn forward and down tilt. Just add it into your play a lot more because it's a really good tool, and it makes Ivysaur a lot more threatening to play against. It makes the character a lot less telegraphed. And that is it for game 2.